Alrighty, well, we're continuing on. This is second lot. So, yeah, the 8 are pretty much just drizzling down. Put another bit of wood on one of them there just to try and get it over with. But 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 2 right around where you see that smoke there. Quite a distance away. But it's all right because these are, like, what have we got? Like 8 yards, 9 yards between them. And yeah, so this is the second batch. Starting to tick on in the day. I think about 5:30. You see the sun over there starting to get low and all of that. Thankfully, the day's of course getting longer now. It's we're like 2 weeks off spring or something. So as far as I'm concerned, spring's here. It's just always not always super bright, but the weather's getting a lot nicer. So anyway, there's a little wheelbarrow. I bought a whole heap of those little offcut things that I've had. Well, my uncle dumped out the back against the boundary fence with my father's place. Bought a few wheelbarrows full up and sorted it all out. But yeah, and then behind this there was a whole bunch of stuff that was sitting there. Managed to kick that out. Some of these things I think I've loosened them and then I've given them another shove and they go properly. Although it's sort of, they were close to going anyway, but I got some out of the back of that. And then there's a decent stump here. You see those couple of little bits there, but that there is a big stump, and there's another one that I've already thrown in. And that one right there. It had a couple of rocks on it. I'd already tried to kick it, but there's a few rocks on top, so I moved the rocks out of the way and gave it another good hard pull and shove, and 95% of it just collapsed off. So that's going to come in handy. I thought I got all the stumps down here. There's another 4 stumps that were just loose down there. So I've thrown 2 of those onto the other stuff around the corner there, and the other 2 I might take back up and put in the wood heater tonight. The stupidest thing of all of this, like, I had all those little scraps and bits, so I burnt one that's like, that patch there, one there and one there, one there, one there, and that little patch there, which you can barely see. Now you can see it. So I dealt with all that, just with all these little scraps and chunks and bits, and I had a whole ton of it here, another heap here, another heap I piled up there, and I took it all up to the house to then turn around and bring all this wood from the boundary fence down to here to burn the stumps. Bit of foresight would have been good, but my plan was a little bit different because I had planned to leave all these for another 2 or 3 years and try and kick them all again. And after the stuff that this small stuff was based on just burnt completely to the ground, I thought, what am I doing? Get all your blooming wood that you got laying around and all your bits and shits and bits of, floorboard that I sliced up into kindling and a whole heap of this and a couple of other bits of stuff that I found in the laundry and the clean out that was made for the laundry wood heater that evidently never got used. So to sort of move a table, I had to cut all of that, and so I bought some of that down here as well, and it all sort of works out well. But I just kicking myself at all the hours spent carting all that up the hill to then have to bring stuff down here to burn these. But this is what happens when you change your plans. But anyway, probably going to need to get a fair bit on this because this is another one of these ones that's about a foot wide here. So, but anyway, they're going to have roots that are left behind. Nothing you can do about it. I've sort of noticed that some of the smaller roots, I've actually kicked them out around these other stumps and then just thrown them in. But yeah, spring is sprung. Look at that one down there. It's plum tree. They're all going like that, except my one right there is not really going like that. Which I don't quite know why. Usually he's pretty good. Anyway, got a couple of sticks, like I was saying, under there still. Just leave that to another day. And tomorrow we are off to go to a very steep part of my father's property, and I might show a little bit of that. It's a whole untouched area that isn't even really dirt. It's all soft crumbling rock. It's like all this basalt, but it's all like really weak and crumbled, and then it's like so steep it's like avalanching down the side, and it's where the it sort of ends up being an inlet to this river down here, but he's got like a creek thing, but it's like extremely steep, and there's some in there he reckons are absolutely massive, and there's a few tiddlers, but there's a few that are just like this place was like a bloody jungle. So I might get a bit of footage of that. I've seen the place. The last time I actually walked up there, I was honestly about 16. So, been many years. So we're going to go down there. I don't have much chainsaw fuel, but I'll go down there with that and a few of the reciprocating saw. We'll just do what we can. We're probably not going to get much done, but I really sort of, wouldn't mind sort of, using up what chainsaw fuel I do have before I make up another batch. And I've probably only got a tank and a half, but like that'll run the chainsaw for a good 5+ minutes. The amount of stuff we can wipe out in 5 minutes might be surprising. And then I'll flatten both reciprocating saw batteries, and we'll see how we've done, and probably have to come and have a second go at it at a later point. Anyway, that's is what it is.